Hello, friends, and welcome to another episode of TV is Our Real Mom. I'm Dave,
I'm Katie.
and you are listening to our Alone podcast. Alone is a newish show on the History Channel about survival in isolation in the wilderness. And we're getting to the end of this season. Episode 9 of season 3 aired Thursday night. And Katie, what'd you think of the episode?
I think we kind of called it last week in our last podcast. I
Yeah.
unknowingly, I didn't know that was going to happen, but I mean, kind of had to figure.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we did anything amazing by making that prediction. I'm sure a
Right.
lot of people felt the same way. So, uh, nothing, nothing to really pat ourselves on the backs about. But
No, no. But it somehow was worse in this episode. Last week I thought he looked like Dave. I thought Dave looked like he was going to die. And this week I couldn't believe he was functioning. I mean, he was barely functioning,
yeah,
but
Dave, not Dan, right?
that's right. Boy,
Yeah.
these websites, even like um or Facebook sites, even of like very professional, respected, magazines and stuff, like their interns clearly run the social media, and I see so much garbage on like Entertainment Weekly Facebook posts. And then for the History Channel to tweet about Alone and call Dave the fourth place finisher, Dan, it's just come on.
Yeah, I mean, that person should be fired. I mean,
They clearly
seriously.
just don't even watch the show.
You can't even get the name right. Like, seriously, come on, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
so
that's, yeah, I don't know if anyone listening to this follows the show on Facebook or Twitter or whatever, but yeah, they totally called Dave Dan, which is just unacceptable to me. I don't know.
it's embarrassing. But
Anyway,
anyway,
yeah,
this was
anyway,
about Dave. This was
yeah.
Dave's goodbye.
Dave went out a little bit differently than we thought. I think our prediction was that, or my prediction at least, was that he was going to, when he slipped on the rocks and he was going to like fall in the water and he would get like hypothermic or something.
Hmm.
But ultimately, he comes out of that situation pretty
I
much
think
okay.
if he would have become hypothermic, think he would have been in a lot of danger of dying.
Yeah,
So
he would be dead. Yeah.
it's a really good thing that did not happen. But we talked last week about what would happen if medical is gonna, tell someone they have to quit, and now we got to see that. So
Yeah, we did talk about that, didn't we?
yeah.
Um, exactly that situation. Yeah, finally came up, and we got to see. Thank God. Obviously, there's a point where the show is going to be like, yeah, we can't let you die. So, um, yeah, we have to pull you. And that was such a devastating thing to watch. I don't know. It's rough.
Well, it's even more rougher because he could have been eating well. He could have had 3 of those fish fillets a day and he still would have gotten 11 days out of it. And that would have given him strength to go get more fish or go find more food somewhere else. He didn't have to be starving himself to that level. Like he was clearly under the impression that they were going to be out there for like 6 months, 7 months. And, that's never happened on Alone. I don't foresee that ever happening because judging by these people, this is the longest they've gone and they all look like they're about to die.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, he obviously just wanted to guarantee his win. I mean, he basically way overshot the amount of time he would need to stay out there to outlast everyone. And yeah, I feel like there's a huge lesson to be learned here as far as strategy in this competition, and that's you want to ration your food so you can last longer, but then there's also you have to stay in a decent state to be able to survive um in the moment for now, like, so it's like finding this balance between trusting that nature will provide in the future. You'll be able to catch more fish later on. You'll be able to find some food later on, so you can eat now so that you, yeah, don't die.
if
So
you're
it's
hearing trees breathing, you know, you're rationing too hard.
yeah. Yeah.
You need to eat some of that damn food you have stocked up in your room.
Yeah,
Ugh.
absolutely. If the world is vibrating and trees are breathing, you could say, a lot of people claim they feel that way when they've like started eating clean, like for a couple of years, like they don't eat any preservatives or meat. They just eat like fruits and vegetables and whatever.
A
And
terrible way to live.
and they claim like, yeah, you're so like
You're
clean that
too.
you can like feel nature vibrating. Maybe there's something to that, but I feel like this is more like Dave is dying, and that's why.
Well,
Yeah,
and he talks about like vision quests and stuff, and that's something people do, but they last maybe 4, 5 days. That it's not like an indefinite state of being.
right.
You need to eat more. He could have had like a Hurley style blowout on the beach with all those fish fillets he had. And instead he was just staring at them and not eating them. I couldn't even believe he was
Yeah,
making that decision.
yeah. It is just a lesson that you got to find that balance. Sure, you got to ration your food to make it last a bit longer, but you also have to trust that nature is going to provide you more down the line because you're not going to make it. Part of the reason he fell on the rocks is because he needed to eat. So you got to eat for survival in the day, in the
Mm-hmm.
moment as well. So it's a balance that needs to be struck.
Man, can you
Um,
imagine if Fowler had 33 fish fillets right now? He wouldn't just be sitting on them.
no,
That poor
he
guy doesn't have anything. He's
no, he
eating
doesn't.
roots that taste like carrots and having a nervous breakdown because of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Other signs that Dave was needed to eat something. Uh, he passed out sitting up.
Oh yeah, that was terrifying. I was like,
It's like, dude.
you know who he looks like? That guy from uh Into the Wild, the real guy. Because he finds that VW bus and there's a picture of him close to when he died, and he
Oh,
just looks like like a skeleton almost. And that is what Dave looked like. He looked so bad. I can't believe. And his blood pressure, what was it? 80/40?
80 is extremely low.
That
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Whew.
Uh, the other day I was at the doctor. They said I had 110, which was like, they're like, that's a little on the low side, but that's not bad.
Right.
It's okay. It's in the normal range.
Mm-hmm.
And so for 110 to even have them mention something, you can imagine what 80 is then.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's really bad. And yeah, he kind of looks. I think you mentioned he kind of looks like an Auschwitz prisoner. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
you've seen pictures like he could be. You put a picture of him in black and white. It looks like he's from that
Yeah.
time. It's yeah, but
Yeah.
he was in
So,
bad shape. What was he at? Like 120 pounds?
oh, I think it was less. Maybe it was 120.
It was
It was
around.
low. It was really low.
It was around 120, and I'm a thin guy, so like I'm looking at Dave sitting in our picture from last week, for a
Mm-hmm.
thumbnail or whatever. I'm looking at Dave sitting there. I'm like, like he looks bigger than I do, but like I feel I'm looking at him. I'm thinking he looks bigger than I do, but then I find out how much he actually weighs. I'm like, okay, no, he's
Mm-hmm.
considerably thinner than I am.
Yeah, there's nothing to him. Like when
the,
they
the
lifted his
camera does
shirt,
add 10 pounds.
when they lifted his shirt, God, what must he have looked like if that's true?
Yeah.
And the Argentinian people were like skinny.
Yeah. His
Yeah,
ribs are sticking out. Yeah.
it was bad.
Bad news. Well, I
I'm glad
feel
they
bad.
pulled. I do
Sorry.
feel bad for him, but I'm glad they took him out because he was
Yeah.
about to die.
Yeah, they needed to. Who knows what could have happened if he went in there and just started eating his food. Maybe he could have turned a corner, but he had gone too far. They couldn't let him go any farther.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel really bad for him because he was devastated, but I don't think he realizes how near death he was.
He probably does now. It'll be interesting to watch the reunion and see him talk about. I mean, he probably just wasn't in the state of mind to grasp what he was doing to himself. He probably still is having effects from this. When you go that far into like starvation, it's probably gonna stick with you for a while.
Yeah, yeah, I'm sure he's still dealing with the what's the fallout, I guess, of starving himself.
Hmm.
Yeah. Let's move on to. Oh, wait, one other sign that Dave was needed to eat was he was talking like Julia Childs,
Oh,
like making stew.
to be fair, I think that might have been the real Dave coming through a little bit
Oh, maybe. Yeah, I don't
because
know.
he was a bit kooky.
Yeah, it
That
seemed like
kookiness faded, but it was still there a little bit.
right. Yeah, fair enough. All right, let's move on. Let's talk about. Well, we talked a little bit about Fowler. How was Fowler in this episode?
Well, I always talk about Larry, but Fowler was channeling Larry for real from season 2. He
Yeah,
finally, that nice guy dad facade was dropped, and because he had some crappy circumstances thrown his way with the tide in a lake and just losing the one fish he did catch, and just nothing going right for Fowler. And he's looking rough too.
oh yeah, he is. Yeah, you start to have a little bit of bad luck. You can't catch food. You're hungry. That's when you start to go into full Larry mode. So, which is awesome. I mean, you can imagine he's suffering quite a bit,
Right.
and that sucks. But for us, it's awesome because we get Larry,
Yeah,
which is fun.
can't go wrong there.
um, yeah. What other stuff happened with Fowler in this episode? It's just mostly him just starving, not catching fish.
His dock almost went underwater, so
Yeah, he sort of had to like build on top of it to like raise it up or something, or
right,
what
which
exactly?
cutting down an entire tree and carrying it over to your dock, that probably used up half the energy he even had.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't like keel over after doing that.
He may have.
He
They just
probably
didn't
did.
show it. They would have
Yeah.
showed that.
Um, was it him that said like his head was ringing?
Was it?
Somebody said that.
Probably. I don't
I think it
remember.
was him. He's like, my
I bet
head's
Dave's
ringing.
was too,
Yeah, I'm sure it
even if
was.
he didn't say.
But that's just a shitty feeling. I can't. And he's just like it's like normal. Like, my head's ringing. Whatever.
Yeah, he's very he's getting angrier, but he's still
Mhm.
very matter of fact about all these shitty things that are happening to him. And I wouldn't be that way. Everything that came out of my mouth would have just been spewing hatred into the world.
Profanities.
Yeah.
Profanities.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. Why do you think the roots tasting like carrots got him so upset?
I don't know. I hate carrots, so I can't relate to carrots eliciting that kind of emotion.
What you
But
thought? What you thought it was like elation that he was crying, or I thought it was like despair.
I think maybe it just reminded him of home.
See, yeah, I think he hates carrots too, and he was crying because he
Oh,
hates carrots.
that's maybe, yeah. I mean, I can
Like,
relate
I
to
hate
that.
carrots.
Why did
Yeah,
I eat this? This is all I have to eat, and it tastes like carrots.
so bad. Um, yeah, he was suffering from some insomnia as well.
Yeah,
That
on top of that,
can't be good.
yeah. Well, maybe it's a bummer if it's going to come down to the winner being the one person medical doesn't pull, you know?
Yeah, we are getting a bit of in the previews. We're seeing medical come check out all three people, which makes you think that at least one of those people is going to get pulled. You
Hmm.
know, and it's probably going to be the three of them there, and all three will get checked out. They'll pull one person, and then we'll have a final two showdown.
Hmm.
So, which one do you think is going to be medically unsound?
Well, to me, they've all got stuff going on. Fowler seems to think it's going to be him. He's hoping they're going to tell him to leave.
Right.
Um, I don't know. Carly seemed okay.
Yeah, I don't.
Just
She's final two, I think.
you think?
Yeah, I think so.
And I think Megan would be top of the line had she not messed up her tooth.
Well, yeah, like we've gotten really good at reading edits, I think, you and I.
Hmm.
And I'm getting a sense of like they're giving us a Fowler on the edge edit
Hmm.
just to throw us off. I think he's gonna be okay. And
Hmm.
then they're giving us a Megan's okay edit to throw us off because she's
Mhm.
not going to be okay. I think,
Maybe.
yeah. So ultimately, Megan has a toothache or something. What's going on
Well,
with
she
that?
was chewing those rose hips, and she said you have to be careful because apparently they have hard seeds,
Seeds. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
apparently she shouldn't have been eating them because one of them messed up. She chipped a tooth, and if you have a chipped tooth out in the wild, I mean, and you don't have any painkillers, and maybe you could get infected. I don't know.
Yeah.
Seems
I
bad.
mean, I got to wonder like how bad she chipped it because I've broken off pieces of my teeth and nothing came of it, like no
Mhm.
infection or anything like that.
Yeah.
It just lost a piece of my tooth. um, uh, yeah, so I don't understand how this could really, take her out unless, yeah, she chipped it like down to a nerve or something. Then maybe infection's more
Mhm.
likely. Uh, I also wonder if maybe she's like misreading where the pain is coming from, and it's more like her like lymph nodes are swelling
Oh.
because she's, you know what I mean, like something like that.
Mhm.
Uh, it could be, I don't know, it could just be a toothache or a chipped tooth or whatever. So
Yeah, I kind of get the same sense that you get about uh they're trying to misdirect us with Fowler. Like he looks like he's on the verge of losing it and
yeah,
getting leaving the game, but I don't know, it just seems like he's had the story all year, all season. I mean,
yeah,
I don't know what to say about Carly and Megan. I just don't. They're very good at surviving. I will say that for them. Their personalities, are they that interesting?
not terribly,
No.
not
Callie was by
terribly.
far the most interesting person out there. Um, and it's just kind of maybe they're giving us all that they have of Megan and Carly. They just haven't
Yeah,
given them very interesting material. But I feel like we
well,
would be getting more. We'd be getting a little bit more if they wound up being the winners, don't you think?
yeah, well, Carly made a drum in this episode.
Yeah, and then she was like, "This is my song," and that was it. It's like,
she
what did you
she
make a drum for?
she hit it like twice. She's like, that was fun. Put it down. Yeah,
Just want her to speak up.
she's probably exhausted.
Well, she was quiet at the beginning.
Yeah. She also did like a fake Skype call.
There, that's kind of funny.
Yeah. I guess. But I also think Carly has had a winner's edit all season. I've been talking about it for the last like 3 episodes
Yeah,
with
you're
my.
really banging that Carly drum, aren't you?
I just think she's got a winner edit, so I think she's possible. She's a possible winner. It's her or Fowler. I still stick to that.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I don't know. Could go either way, honestly.
It could go. Any one of them could win, but either way, I mean, it goes to show you that maybe none of these seasons should go beyond 70 days. Because clearly these people can't catch anything. They can't like kill a boar or a fox or whatever. They can't catch substantial food. So, and they're all knocking at the door of starvation. So I feel like, I mean, you can't cap it, but come on, these people are in rough shape.
Yeah, I mean, why is that? Why can't anyone seem to like do good at catching food?
Well, I think it's really hard to catch a lot of food, but and I don't know. Maybe there's no food to be had, but there's boars out there. But they're very vicious animals and hard to catch, I guess. And maybe they don't have the weaponry for. They can seem to rely on traps when clearly these animals are too smart for traps, or else their
Hmm.
traps just aren't good enough. So I don't know what the answer is, but I wanted to see a boar get caught this year. But none of these people have the energy to lift a bow or a spear or anything at this point. So I'm
No,
not
yeah, that's
holding my
not
breath.
happening anymore. Our best chance was probably Dave. Dave was running around with a bow and arrow. Had some close encounters with a boar, and I felt like he had a good shot at maybe like shooting one. But yeah, he
Not to
just
be.
got to the point where he was too weak to string his bow, and that was that. So
That was the beginning of the end for him.
yes, yes, indeed. Um, Yeah, not much else to say, right? I mean, it was a
I
pretty.
mean, they all seem to have this thing, the three that are left seem to have this theme of making stuff. And, Dan railed against that, saying that was so stupid. But the top three left are the ones that do that to keep their mind sane. So I'd say his theory's been proven wrong, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I think that's a really good point. At least this season, it's been shown that the people who tend to keep themselves busy with activities, keep their minds occupied, have fared way better. Obviously, you got to strike a balance. You can't just waste exorbitant amounts of energy doing
On
your
a drum, you're
activities.
going to tap twice and then put away.
Right. Yeah, exactly. But little movements like, carving a piece of wood or maybe stringing up a drum, not gonna wear you out, but it's gonna keep your mind busy and give you something to do so you don't lose it like Dan did. So, well, Dan didn't lose it per se, but it's like he was too bored to go on.
Well, exactly. If he would have
Yeah.
had stuff to do, it doesn't have to be stuff that exerts a ton of energy, but just something to do. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, I feel like that's a really good point you make there. It's been like a theme of the season
Hmm.
that you got to stay busy, you know? It's
Especially if you're
part
out there 75 days. They've beaten the last record by a week already.
which is yeah, crazy. What was do you remember our predictions for time, how long it would go?
I don't remember. I'd have to go back. I think I said something like 70 because it looked like they were going to go a lot further, but
Uh-huh.
I thought they were going to start dropping.
Right.
But they have gone quite a bit further.
I want to say I said something in the 80s. I don't
Maybe
remember
I
what
did too. I
I
don't
don't remember
remember.
what episode we predicted that or which podcast that was, so
Yeah, there's a few.
and there ain't no way I'm going back and listening to all of them.
Once it's
No.
out there, that's it.
Yeah. Well, we'll find it. Anyways, yeah, any other thoughts? Just when you're down to like 3, 4 people and they're all just kind of
Dying.
dying, there's just not as much happening, not as much to say, I feel like. Yeah. You got anything?
Uh, I guess not.
I guess we can just get into who we think is going to get pulled and who we think is going to win season 3 of Alone.
Well, it doesn't there's no guarantee someone's going to get pulled.
No, there isn't, but it sure looks that way.
They seem to be playing up the medical team
Yeah.
thing ever since this last episode. So,
Yeah, I mean that preview was like, which one's gonna get pulled? That's what it
or
felt
will they
like.
all get pulled and then they have to draw straws for who wins?
Oh man, that would be crazy. But yeah, hopefully it doesn't come down to they pull two and then that person
Yeah,
get.
that'd be terrible. I don't want that to happen.
Yeah, I don't like that. Okay, well, who you got for getting pulled?
Uh, yeah, I don't know. I'll say that Carly gets pulled just to be weird,
Okay, yeah, mix it up a little bit.
and Fowler wins.
Nice, yeah. Um, I'm going with yeah the Megan's tooth thing. Something comes of that. Like it's building to something that needs to be addressed, and so Megan gets pulled. And let's see here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Fowler as the winner.
Yep. It's a bummer. There's two women in the final three, and then a guy still ends up winning. But I'm just reading the edit. Like, right, if I'm going not looking at the edit, Fowler looks the closest to death.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
I mean, common sense without a preview, without having read the edit all season, I'd say he gets pulled. But there's just something in my gut that says that's not going to happen.
yeah. That's exactly how I feel. Spot on. So I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens this Thursday in the finale. Do they do a reunion special like immediately afterwards, or do they save that for later?
I want to, I haven't watched any of the seasons in real time, so I don't know. Maybe you can tell us in the comments, but I think it's a week later because that's considered a whole other episode.
Okay.
But I don't know for sure.
Right. Yeah, I'm not sure either. I'm in the same boat as you, so I guess we'll find out this Thursday.
We might have
That
one podcast left. We might have two left. We don't know.
Yeah, because we could do a reunion podcast. I'm down with that
I think it'd be interesting.
for sure. All right, well, that does it for this episode. It's a short one, but there's just not much to say about this episode. But we appreciate you listening either way, and we'll see you next week for the recap of the finale.
Don't
All
hoard
right.
your fish fillets. Eat them.
Yep. Eat them if you got them. Smoke if you got them.
All right.
Have a good one.
Bye.